Stolen Nation back again and more AFTV news, man. So, obviously I made a previous video about, Robbie basically ignoring Troopz, Turkish leaving, James leaving, everyone's leaving. Everyone's trying to say that Julian owns AFTV now. There's so much speculation going on. But before we get into that, I've got something I want to get off my chest, man. So, Belly Bounce. As we all know, Belly Bounce has been copying my videos for a while now, man. He's been copying. And now today, he just went a step too far. So, Stolen Nation, let's get straight into this, man. Because I want you to see, before we get into the main topic, I need you to see what Belly Bounce is out here doing, man. Let's get straight into this, bro. So, as you know, I made a video yesterday on, Turkish and James leaving TV. The caption is, Turkish and James leave AFTV. What's going on? Let's just play the start of this video, yeah? Let's just play the start of this video. Arsenal fans, what is going on at AFTV, man? What's going on, bro? I made a first video, Alright. Now let's get onto the one Belly Bounce just dropped today.
Hey, what is going on at AFTV, man? Like, what's going on, bro? As an Arsenal fan, from time to time I watch it.
Where the blood clot I go on the big social media? Belly Bounce, you are not an Arsenal fan, bro.
Nope.
You don't watch football, fam. You don't watch football, my guy. Stop trying to use the Arsenal. Listen, I can see and I can smell a football fan when I see one, bro. You don't watch football, bro. Stop trying to use the Arsenal fans and manipulate them into thinking you're one of them. You're not one of them, Belly Bounce. And listen, let me tell you one thing here, because obviously I'm fighting you next year on Wicked and Bad, bro, in a boxing match. And let me tell you something. You see, for each video of mine you copy, bro, you see this fist, bro. Each video you copy stands for each uppercut to your chin, my guy. I hope you understand that, bro. So know what you're doing, Belly Bounce. Know what you're doing, my guy. But anyway, now we got that out of the way. Let's get on to more important topics, man. Let's get on to more important topics. In my last video, I made a video about, Turkish and etc. leaving. And I had a lot of comments, even DMs, people saying to me, yo, look into Abbie Summers. Look into Abbie Summers, man. Robbie's let her back on the program and, she was a known racist and blah, blah. She was racist against people and, she got someone fired from their job for saying something about Jewish people and etc. etc. So I was thinking, wait there, who is Abbie Summers? Who is Abbie Summers? So, I decided, I was going to do some research on her. I did some research on, Abbie Summers, and let's go into the racist comments that people speak of, right? So, she made a first comment saying, hate the fact that there are no English people in England. Alright, fair enough. I for one can admit that, there is an immigration problem in the country, but if we're gonna be honest about things, if we're gonna be completely honest, there is an immigration issue in the country, bro. Let's call a spade, yeah. So for English people to have a problem with that, that's perfectly fine, bro, perfectly fine, right? So I was thinking, wait, like, is that it? Like, that can't be the only problem. Then I saw another one. She made a reply to someone saying, that's just stating the obvious. Need a striker more than African kids need food. So, that is a bit side-eye-ish though, like, how did African kids needing food reach in the argument, bro? But then I was thinking, maybe she just, I was just trying to find ways, just to, play devil's advocate, right? I was thinking, maybe she's trying to, drop bars, she's trying to be a lyricist, but, it didn't really hit. It didn't really connect like that. So I was thinking, it was a very, very side-eye-ish comment, man. Very side-eye-ish. And at this point, I'm like, no, I'm not all the way, but I'm still like, So then I saw another one. Really awkward when a black waitress asks, what color bread you want? White. And at this point, I'm thinking, what is your obsession with black? Now, listen, I know it's about bread, but even bread's holding smoke. Even bread is holding smoke. So at this point, it's very it's very clear she's got a level of thinking in her mind, bro. It's very clear, man. Now it's very clear that there's some form of conditioning going on upstairs where, you know, come on now, like, come on, like, even, like, come on now, let's be honest about things, man. And then, you know, there was another one, not sure about your confusion, Pam, if Kobe wants to be the leader of Britain, the place I consider my home, I would no longer feel that I am protected and safe. I'd rather go and fight for Israel, a place that will always be a home to me despite where I am born. Now, in regards to that, I don't really have any comments about that. That's completely irrelevant, but yeah. So now, there was some defenses saying that, you know, it was made in 2012, 2011, and she was like 19 at the time. And, you know, that's all fair and square, man. Like, you know, a lot of people aren't the same today. Well, I expect you not to be the same today as you was all them years ago. But, you know, I do think it's pretty peculiar that Robbie would have, you know, someone like Abbie on the program, considering his comments about other people's political views and, you know, views on racism and, you know, all this type of things. I think it's very peculiar that Robbie would have someone like Abbie and confidently just sit next to her on the show. Like, to me, it's very what's going on here, man? Like, what's really going on? So then, you know, there's been a lot of rumors recently that I don't know where it's come from. I really don't know where it's come from, but apparently, and let's actually show. Let me just show you the screen real quick now. Yeah. Apparently, Julian. And now, before this whole thing, I had no idea who Julian was. I had no idea who he was. Yeah, let's play this video. Finish show Julian. I had no idea who Julian was before this whole situation. No idea who he was, but yeah, let's just.
Julian's.
Yeah? Do you want to do that with that?
Oh, you don't like these fellas.
No, but it's like it's.
It's my channel, man.
It's his channel, though.
It's my channel, man. Bro, Julian, get out of here, man. Listen, listen, people.
I mean, I've seen this video. I've seen this video once before, and yeah, and I was dying. I was laughing, bro. Like, the look on Robbie's face, he looks so uncomfortable, bro. Yeah. It's just funny to me every time. I played it in another video. I had to play it like 3 times. It was that funny. I've seen it again. And listen, I gotta watch it again, man. Like, this shit is just so funny, bro. Robbie, he goes from like being the happiest man in the world. Like, look at that fat grin. Look at that grin on him, man. Look at that. Look at it.
Yeah? Do you want to do that with that?
Oh, you don't like these fellas.
No, but it's like it's.
It's my channel, man.
It's his channel, though.
It's my channel, man. Bro, Julian, get out of here, man. Listen, listen, people.
That is so funny, man. Yeah, man, people. Let me know, like, what's your actual thoughts on this, man? Like, is there any actual concrete evidence of, you know, Julian owning AFTV now? Because, you know, on the flip side, I don't think it's fair to Robbie. Because, just imagine you've created, like, your own organization, your own business from scratch. Your idea, your concept, everything, yeah? And then all of a sudden, after your hard work, you got people saying that, you know, somebody else owns what you created, bro. Like, imagine that. So that's why I'm asking, like, where is this coming from that he owns AFTV now? Like, where is it come from? Is it just people putting 2 and 2 together and just making like allegations or rumors, or like you're using logic, or is it just the channel's failing, someone else must own AFTV now? Like, where is everyone getting this information from? You know what I mean? That's where, you know, then we get into, you know, Turkish has announced that it's left the program. Let's just hear what it got to say, man.
Privacy, security, data. Make sure you protect yourself. And I know I'm laughing here, people. I know I'm laughing. It is official. I'm no longer with AFTV. I'm laughing because it's still unfolding. It's still pretty fresh, raw all round. So I'll address it in my own time, which might not be too long, but at the same time, I'm not a viral sensation.
Yeah, all right, Turkish. So the Turkish basically said he's left, and you know, I'm gonna address that, yeah. But let's listen to what Troopz has to say first. Yeah? Like, this is Troopz. Him basically saying that, you know, Robbie's been ignoring him. He don't want to know him anymore. And this is after, you know, Robbie's been going around saying that, you know, him and Troopz are still good friends. And, you know, now Troopz has been coming out saying, how can I be good friends if, you know, they don't even speak anymore? You know what I mean? So basically, Troopz has come out and he's basically contradicted what Robbie has to say. And, you know, that's where, you know, a lot of things it's just, bro, listen, over there on AFTV, it's everything's just moving mad. But let's listen to what Troopz has to say, man.
Do you know what happened to Turkish for him to leave AFTV? No, I don't, blood. You understand? People have been asking me this all stream. I knew this was
Oh, is it just me, bro? Yeah, but is he like low-key smiling, fam? Is he like he's low-key happy about this whole thing, bro?
gonna happen when I went live. I knew it was gonna be hard. What happened with Turkish? Da, da, da. I don't chat to Robbie, bro. Do you understand? I haven't spoke to Robbie in over a year, blood. Let me just tell you like that from now, innit? Like, that's why you don't see me on AFTV. That's why when I went to the stadium for the Man City game with Trey, you didn't see me on AFTV. I'm not going on that channel, bro. You get me? You understand? So I don't know what happened to Turkish, blood, but big up Turkish every time. That's my dog.
Yeah, so you know, in my comments in my last video, a lot of people saying that, you know, they used Robbie, and but my response to that is like, there is no question, there is no doubt at all in the slightest that Troopz definitely played a significant role. Troopz, Turkish, a lot of them played a significant role in the rise in AFTV, bro. You know, me as an Arsenal fan, I mean, whoa, yeah, whoa. Me as a Man United fan, you know, the best team in the world, the biggest team in England, yeah, let's just say that. The biggest team in England, I would actually enjoy watching AFTV and that, yeah, just to watch the rants and the post-match reactions of people like Troopz and, you know, those. So they definitely helped the rise of AFTV. And, you know, there's a lot of comments saying that, you know, they wouldn't be here without Robbie and they wouldn't be here without AFTV. But on the flip side, would AFTV be here without them? You know, because I'm sure at the same time, they weren't even getting paid at the beginning. Like, it was just strictly entertainment, them sharing their views, opinions. They weren't getting paid, bro. You know what I mean? So I think they all helped each other. And, you know, there comes a point in time when, like, you know, you have to start looking at the people behind the scenes, bro. Like, the main people behind the scenes, rather than those who have left. Like, you know, Troopz, Turkish, James, Cloud, and Mo, and yeah, everyone that's left. There comes a time when you have to start looking at the people behind the scenes, because it's like me as a Man United fan, I just put the blame on every single manager without starting to look at the people behind the scenes, bro. Like when you check it, like, look, David Moyes, Van Gaal, Mourinho, Ragnick, Solskjaer, Ten Hag. Like, there comes a point in time when if I just blamed them solely alone every time and not start looking at people behind the scenes running it, those who are in control of the environment and the atmosphere, the culture, like, then at some point there's a level of delusion, man. You know what I mean? Like, at some point in time, this is not me saying that Robbie's in fault for anything, you know. But at some point in time, you have to start looking at Robbie, like, how are you functioning? How are you operating behind the scenes? Like, who is in control of, you know, keeping the culture alive? Who's in control of making all the decisions? How are you treating people behind the scenes? Like, what direction are you going with? Why are a lot of people leaving all of a sudden in such a short space of time? Is it you making the decisions, or is it somebody else making the decision? You know what I mean? There comes a point in time when, you know, you have to sit back, man, and be like, you know, something's a bit off. You know what I mean? But yeah, let's see what else I had here bookmarked. So yeah, like, this was the team. This was the team before, you know, this new team that they've come with.
Honest to God, how funny? Seriously.
So, like, yeah, like, look at Robbie, bro. Like, Robbie didn't have to do anything. He did not even have to. Well, he obviously did have to do something, but in terms of when it came to content, yeah, like, you've got all of these stars. Because that's what they are, bro. In terms of AFTV, all of these are stars, bro. They're actual stars. And, bro, again, I need you to understand, yeah, I am not an Arsenal fan, bro. You know what I mean? I'm a Manchester United fan. Arsenal are our rivals. But there come a time when, you know, you have to just be honest about things, bro. AFTV is a big show, and all of these here, well, I don't know about this guy, bro. This Thai guy, listen, like, every time I think of Thai, I think of one of these videos here. This video here, fam. This video here is ridiculous.
Okay, it wasn't the best defending.
Defending was terrible.
Well, it wasn't the best defending. Things can happen. Remember, we mustn't forget that it's been raining, so the pitch is quite.
It's been raining.
Yeah.
Are you being serious? It's raining for both teams.
Yeah, I know, but
come on, Ty. Come on, no. You know what? Listen, you're my good brethren, yeah.
Absolutely.
But you're making some. Come on, man. You're making some. You're making up excuses for a disgusting performance.
And that is how a lot of Arsenal fans sound to me, yeah, when they just shift the blame onto everybody else, yeah, but start to look at maybe Bobby has some flaws in his game, and that's okay, man. That's fine. But you know, at the end of the day, the main point in the whole of this was about Abbie Summers. No, the main point was about Abbie Summers, man, and no, let's get back into it, man. So, you know, like when you look at some of the comments here, like this one here, for example, I don't consider this to be racist, bro. I don't consider that to be racist, to be honest. Like, for example, me, like, let's say I'm in Jamaica now, and then I start to see like an influx of many different nations coming to the country. There's no control of immigration at all. There's absolutely no control. And, you know, because let's be honest, bro, like, if we're going to be honest about things again, there is a bit of an immigration problem in the country, bro. Let's just be honest, man. Like, you know, if we're going to call out other people, we have to just be honest and impartial and just be straight honest. There is a bit of an immigration problem, you know? So, I don't have a problem with people who are actually English in the country expressing their problems with witnessing in real life, real time, an immigration problem. No, that's not a problem to me. So then, you know, we move to the next one. That's just staying obvious, need a striker more than African kids need food. Now, that is a bit... That is a bit suspect, you know? And at this point, that's when I'm like, But, you know, at the same time, with me saying this year, like, I wouldn't, at this point in time, I still wouldn't say, you know, she's racist. I still wouldn't say she's racist, you know, because, like, again, there's times when I watch, like, you know, some old, you know, comedy shows, for example, like, you know, what's his name? Bernie Mac. Yeah? There's time I watch, like, a Bernie Mac show, and I will hear his jokes, like, on, like, race, and, at that point in time, people could actually make jokes about race, bro, and no one would have an issue. Like, no, like, you could make a joke on black people, white people, Asian people, and no one would have an issue, man. Like, you understand it's a joke. And at that point in time, no one was as sensitive as they are now. We can't be out here having an issue with, you know, a sensitive culture, and, you know, then we just call someone outlandishly racist for, you know, a comment like this. Yeah, it's very unnecessary. Yeah, and it's very side-eye-ish. But to call her racist for that, I wouldn't say she's racist for that. Then, you know, we move on to this one. And then at this point, that's when you start to think, wait a minute. Wait a goddamn minute, man. Why is everything about black, bro? Everything black this, black that, black this, black that. Like, what is your... Like, bro, even bread is holding smoke, fam. Now, at this point, that's when you start to think, you know what? Yeah, something up there still, like, yeah, this is you. This isn't just, you know, little jokes or comments, blah, blah, blah. This is you as a person, you know. So, you know, I don't think it's fair to call someone racist after, like, one comment that's, you know, her trying to drop some bars and shit and trying to be funny and that. But when there's, like, you know, a repetition, that's who you are as a character, that is who you are as a person. So for Robbie to allow her to come back on, Robbie can't ever address anything about racism, about politics. He can never condemn anybody when you've got someone like Abbie sitting on the show, and you know she has a history. Now, I know a lot of people again they're gonna talk about, you know, it's 2011, blah blah. It's a long time ago, and she's a different person now. I would expect someone to be a different person now than they were then, but you know, there come a time when like there's certain comments, yeah, where I genuinely feel like it's installed in you as a person now. Now, if it was just like one, like little blah blah, and this is on social media, bro. Like, understand that too, you know, this is on social media. So she's felt comfortable to put this on social media. So imagine what she's like behind closed doors, bro. Imagine what she's like behind Bobby's back. Imagine what she's like behind Bobby's back, bro. Going back on calling him all type of names, man. I'm telling you, bro. But yeah, man, like, obviously I made a video, my past video, and yeah, someone was telling me to make a video on Abbie Summers. I don't know who she is at all, you know. So this right here is my first impression of her as a person. And yeah, let's just say I'm not entirely impressed. Like, let's see. Let's see what she's got to say. I don't even know what she looks like.
Happy birthday, Abbie. Looking good for... Come on, Ray. Are you mad? You can't do it.
Looking good for 45.
That's very insulting.
Dickhead. Dickhead. Wait, what? Dickhead. He said looking good for 45. Do you know how many people have messaged me and like thought you were older? It's like, if you think that, just don't bother messaging me. Also, I've had a hard life. You don't even know what's happened in my life. So let me tell you, I look very good for 30 with what's going on.
Alright, people, yeah. I didn't even know what the woman looked like, innit? But obviously that was a request from somebody else to make on Abbie Summers, and that's my fair response, you know. So yeah, people, I can't even say a quick one from me because recently these videos are getting long, man. They were getting long. Yeah, people, as usual, like and subscribe. Bow. I'm out.